Hey y'all, welcome back to Sidewynders Shed, and we're going to be working on the 46RH overdrive unit. Now this here is the old unit, and this is probably a simple procedure, but I've watching some videos and having people trying to teach me stuff, especially even if I'm familiar with it, I'm doing it for the first time. A lot of people take stuff for granted that you should know how to do things, like removing this seal right here. Okay, I don't have a seal puller tool, and I don't have anything to get in behind this bearing and this seal to punch this seal out. So we're going to try something a little different. We're just going to try to offset it here a little bit and see if that will work. Here, just spin it down in there. Distort it a little bit. And there we go. Now, of course, it ruins the seal, but that's no big deal, because we're going to put a new seal in. This, like I said, is the old housing, so I wasn't too afraid. Not to mention, I already took the other one out of the new housing before I remembered I probably should make a little video showing it. As far as this bearing goes, this bearing I know is nice. On the on my new housing, see, this is the broke up, busted up housing. On the new housing, I have already cleaned it up. That's what all this gunk is in here. All that dirt and everything. I cleaned the inside of it, and pretty much what I used was parts cleaner, engine degreaser, parts cleaner. You see, you all even seen this? Yeah, this is stuff I used. Okay, as well as a couple cans of this stuff, and just cleaned it out that way, because I had already pretty much washed it and cleaned it out. There's nothing in it except that bearing. And so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of oil, and I actually I'm going to use some assembly lube on that bearing, and go ahead and get that all lubed up, see what it looks like, feels like, sounds like, and then I'll come back with you. Alrighty, I'm back. This is the replacement housing, and I checked the bearing in the back here, and this one feels a little rough. Alright, if it was the only one I had and not having a whole lot of experience, I would go by the feeling of other bearings. I would probably let it go. There's no wiggle or play in it. It just seems not quite as nice and smooth as the one that was in the old one. Well, looking around too, and I know I don't have the light, I don't have anything to show you, but there is just a C-clip, another C-clip holding this bearing in. And what I did was, on the old shaft, I took it out. And once I took it out, this bearing came out. And this is a nice smooth bearing. Nothing wrong with this bearing at all. Well, until I smacked it. So, just the way I have the shop set up, lighting and camera, and trying to get the camera angles and where I got to work on this, I am just going to go ahead and pull this one out and swap it. And all it is pulling C-clip out and pushing that bearing out. And if the bearing hangs up a little bit, just use the backside, the wooden handle of a hammer, just to give it a little nudge. It didn't take much at all. And we'll see how this one comes out. And see what happens. And I'll bring you back. And I'm sorry, I cannot actually make a video of taking this one out. There's no way I can get the angle. You'd never see what I was doing anyway. So I will show you the aftermath. We'll be back. Alrighty, I managed to get that, swap out the bearings and get the C-clip back in it. And this here is the bearing and the C-clip that came out of it. Like I said, it's not too bad, but let's see if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that. And yes, I know there's no oil in it, but even that other one, it just that little rattling you hear, I can feel it. It does not feel smooth. And that other bearing just seemed a whole lot better. So better safe than sorry. I really don't want to pull the shit out again once I put it in. So I swapped that over, and now we come to a part that is specific to the 46RH as opposed to the 46RE. And that's this collar and these tubes for the hydraulic fluid. Now when these are in, if you can see, right up here, that's where those two tubes, yeah, there we go. Sorry guys. This is where these two tubes slide into the transmission. Okay, and the fluid goes through here, comes out a couple of holes there. One's return, one's feed, one's return. And this looks a little goopy. I do have some assembly lube on the inside of this collar because that's where the tail end of that sits. But anyway, this basically, let's see if I can do this one-handed and still keep you guys I'm not looking through the camera. I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. But this, I am not left-handed. This basically just slides right in there, nice and easy. Come on, focus. And there we go. She is slid all the way in. And the next thing that goes on is this C-clip. And again, unfortunately, I don't have any help here or anyone to video this, but this goes on next. Goes right up against that that collar, slides in there, and I'm going to put that in, and then I'll bring you back. Alright guys, next thing to go in is this little clip right here. Okay, and what that does is, that's actually the clip that you have to squeeze from this top slot right here in order to release this whole assembly. And this just kind of pops in to a groove in here like that. There you go. Yeah, I could see it, but yeah, it just kind of pops into that groove right there. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put that in. Now I know I know because I pulled the seals out. I should have already put a new seal on, but I don't have it with me. And to be honest with you, if I need to pull this whole assembly out to get this seal in, it's not that difficult. But what I want to do, and the reason why I want to get this together as much as possible, is because it's my first time doing this. I don't do it all the time. I don't want anything loose hanging around or something that I could confuse thinking it goes in there when it actually goes in here, or thinking it goes in here when it goes in there. So I want to keep them separate. I want to do it one piece at a time. I want to put this together completely, even if I have to take, you know, this part out again. That's fine. All my little pieces, springs, nuts, bolts, whatever, you know, all the little C-clips, everything will be in here, self-contained. I won't have to worry about mixing and matching pieces and parts. And I don't have to worry about, you know, the grandkids coming in here and going, "Ooh, this is cool, look what I got from Pop-Pop Shed," and taking it outside and playing with it. Anyway, that's the reason why, even if I have to take this apart again, I'm going to put it together. And of course, now that I'm making some videos, I'm getting calls left and right, so I'll bring you back. Alrighty, so anyway, I'm back, and what we're going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of assembly lube to right here and right here. Not a whole lot. I already did the parts that these ride and seal on. I already did that. Added some assembly lube to that. I'm just going to add some more here. Now with the kit I get, the rebuild kit, I might get new rings. I don't know. I might not. Regardless, talking to the gentleman that rebuilt this, he said these rings should be fine if I need to reuse them. And we'll just see. Now the other thing is, I also don't want to line them up like this, just like rings on your piston. We're going to offset them a bit. So, I'm going to add a little bit of that lube on there. Just rub that all on real nice. That's probably way more than I need. But anything that's metal on metal touching, I want to get a little bit of pre-lube in there. And again, talking to another gentleman, the guy that rebuilt this for me, to put everything on here, he said he uses STP oil treatment. He said to coat them with. He said just so long as it's something that's a little thick, that's going to stay, especially if it's going to be sitting for a little while before you actually use it. He said something thick. He said worst case scenario, you can just wet it down with some transmission oil, but that's if it's going right back together, going in, and you know, within a day or so you're going to have it running and using it. He said other than that, he said STP oil treatment, he said it's not going to bother the transmission getting mixed in with the tranny fluid, because you're not really putting enough on there to bother it. Alright, so he said he's done that for years, so, and never had a problem, so I'm going to go with what he's saying. Alright, let me wipe my hands off, and I'll bring you back when I'm installing that into the case. Alright guys, give me a second. I had the fan going, so I know that's makes it hard to hear. Alright, so now what I'm going to attempt to do since I didn't bother building the stand for this or anything. Hang on a second. Be right back with you. All right, and we're back. Sometimes life happens. Stuff happens. Anyway, I don't remember where I was or what I was doing, but I'm going to try to put the guts back in. Oh yeah, I remember. Since I didn't build a stand for it, I have some 6x6 that this is setting on, so the tail shaft will have enough room to pass down through. And you know, we're gonna try, this damn thing is heavy, we're gonna try dropping it in, or not dropping it. I hope not dropping it, but placing it in nicely. There we go. Now, I know you can't see me, but now we're going to try and play. Yep. Put that C-clamp, or that C-clip that holds this in. Yep, and she's set in there. That's it. She's in. The only other thing I have to do is put the clutches in with the C-clips. And I am going to clean up these clutch surfaces, the steel. I'm going to clean up the steel. Oh. And, you know, just like this piece here, we're just going to clean them up, use a little bit of Scotch-Brite on them. Get them cleaned up a little bit. Because from the clutches, this clutch pack, the steels are fine, and the clutches do still have a bit of meat left on them. And so, when I get the, these are the same size clutches that the inside uses, so I'll do a comparison when I get the new clutch pack if I need to. Those are going to be easy enough to replace if I have to. If not, I save myself a little bit of money and time. They'll all be in there. But everything else now is easy enough to take apart, put back together if I need to. So let me go ahead and clean those clutch pack up, and then you can watch me drop them in. Alright guys, I got the clutches cleaned up. Put some, they're already used, they're already soaked in transmission fluid, so we're just gonna stick them back in here, starting with the thick spacer first, then we'll go with the friction disc, then one of the steels, and then another friction disc. So there's two clutches, and another steel, another friction disc, that's disc number 3, another steel, another friction disc, that's disc number 4. So this has basically 2 spaces, 4 friction discs, and what the hell, 4 steels as well. Okay, that goes in there, and then next we put in We put in the wavy disc. And you don't want the opening by there. Come here, you. And that should snap in a lot easier than what it's doing for me right now, but fairly simply. Should snap right in there. Come on, you. There we go. Yeah, actually, put it over here because it's walking on me. And we just don't want it on an open spot. There we go. There we go. Yes, and you should be able to get this in by hand. Spot. Because then the snapper goes in. There we go. Get in there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get in there. Get up. There we go. There we go. There, and then, right here. That'll work. Getting hot in here. Come on, you. Gotta love it when they argue with you. There, that's where I'm not going to line up. That's where I want you to line up. That's where I want you to line up. Yeah. Well, you're supposed to snap right in there. Yeah, like that. Okay, beautiful. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Beautiful. All right, guys. I'll bring you back later. Alrighty, guys. So, basically, the overdrive part of that transmission is done. And, I'm sorry, those last two snap rings, let me tell you a little story here. I had actually put them in and taken them back out, just to make sure I didn't look like an idiot when I was videoing it. Well, as you can see, I looked like an idiot when I put it on video, and that's just the way life happens. But as far as I know, that part is done, except for the seal on it. Mopar nut, this is your captain speaking, you guys. Anyone out there, if you saw something in that video, remember, guys, this is my first time doing it. This is for my daily driver. If you see that I made a mistake, please, for the love of God, please help me out. Let me know what you saw. I'll go back and check it. You know, I depend on this truck. It's like I said, it's my daily driver. I don't want to mess something up. I've seen years ago, I've seen other videos, idiots like me that don't know what to do and try something. And I've left comments like, did you check this? This didn't look right. Fortunately, there were other people saying the same thing. Please, feel free. Feel free. If you have a question, please help me out. Criticism, constructive criticism. Look for this. It didn't look like you did that right. You shouldn't have done this. You should do that. While it's apart, please help me out, guys. I'm not 100% sure of what I'm doing. So anyway, I appreciate it. Hold on. But anyway, like I said, feel free to help me out. And I'm sorry, I am tired right now. I really want to start tearing down the transmission right now. It's a nice day. It's late in the afternoon. I don't even know what time it is. About 5 o'clock, actually, in the evening or so. And I really want to get going on this, but I am tired, and I've also been doing a few other projects, hence the fact this video here might seem chopped up. I've had to go away and do a few other things. And anyway, I do appreciate everyone's help. And I do appreciate all my new subscribers too. Thank you so much. The channel is growing big time. And all the support. I can't thank everyone enough for all the support, helping them, helping me out. Thank you so much. But anyway, you all take care. You have a good evening. I might mess around with this transmission for a little bit. I don't even know if I'll set the camera up. I don't know. But I'm not going to do anything major. And anything I do, I'll explain it. Not that anyone wants to learn from me, but just to document what I'm doing. A lot of it's for myself, so I know how to put the damn thing back together too. But thank you. Y'all have a good evening. Y'all take care. We'll catch you next time.